So in this video, I am going to show you how to create what's called a fade out and a fade in. So just to demonstrate, if I play the end of my song, so when I get to the end, it just stops, which is kind of an abrupt way for the song to end. But if I add what's called a fade out, it will make the music slowly fade away at the end. And the fade out is pretty easy to do. What you're going to do is look at your drop down menus and find mix, and then you're going to click on mix, and the second thing on the list says fade out, so you click on fade out. Now when you click that, you'll see that this new track appears at the bottom, and this is called the master track. And if you look at the master track, this line that moves across represents the volume, the master volume. So just like you have a master volume up here, you can also control the master volume on the recording down here. So if you look here at the end, you can see that there are these little dots, and the dots are what we call handles. And at the end, you see that this line starts to bend down till it gets to the bottom. So that represents the volume being turned down. So the end of the song now is going to sound like this. So now we have a fade out to the end, which is a much nicer way to end the song than have it end so abruptly. Now, if we want to add a fade in at the beginning, it's not quite as easy as the fade out, but I am going to show you how to do that. So I'm going to hit the return key to send my playhead back to the beginning, and I'm going to go over here to my zoom, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Okay. Now, even with the fade in, when you see those handles and the volume change, that's what's called automation in a DAW. And automation is when you put instructions into your song to tell the DAW to make an automatic adjustment to the song. And we can create automation at the beginning to create a fade in. So to do that, I'm going to come down here to my volume line and with my mouse, and I'm going to click on it, and you'll see it changes to from white to yellow. And then I'm going to double click on it to create a handle. Now at the beginning I have a handle, and if I click this at the beginning and pull it all the way down, you can see the volume control over here change as I move the handle around. So volume up, volume down. So if I just create 2 points, it gives me a straight turn the volume up to create a fade in, which is going to sound like this. Which again is kind of a nicer sound to start the song with than just having it suddenly begin. Now if I want to shape the fade in, I can do that just by clicking on the line and adding some more handles. And when I add the handles, I can click on those little dots and I can slide them around. So instead of having like a straight line, I have a little bit more of a curve to the beginning. So that fade in will sound like this. Or I could reverse the shape of the curve and sort of shape it like this. So this is going to take it longer to fade in, but when it starts to fade in, it's going to fade in quicker. So anyway, you can play around with that to create your fade in and get it just the way you want it. Okay, so that's how you add your fade out. Again, the fade out is really easy. You just click mix and then fade out. But to do the fade in, you have to do this manually by clicking and creating handles. And this is called, again, this is called automation. We are giving instructions to the DAW to make automatic adjustments in the volume as the song plays. All right, I hope you're having fun.